and light, thank you so much for joining me here today in my sacred space. I'm so blessed to have you. Today I'll be doing a tarot card reading using the Tarot of Dragons by Shaman, illustrated by Firat Solhan. Now today's reading will be a pick a card reading. So basically I'll be drawing 3 cards from this beautifully illustrated deck, and then we will go through the meanings of each card from the guidebook. However, I only want you to choose 1 card. So I want you to find the card that is calling to you, and I want you to choose one of the 3 cards, whichever card that may be, and that will be the message that's actually meant for you. So this is the deck here, and I'm going to begin shuffling. And I will be placing a crystal on the top of each card so that you can choose, you have something fixed that you can use to determine which card is meant for you. So the rose quartz will be on the first card. And like I said, sometimes I feel as if I do one shuffling of all 3 cards on the top. There are other times where I feel as if I need to do 3 individual shuffles, and this is one of those times. And here's the second card. So like I said, I want you to choose, the cards are flying all over the place. I want you to choose the card that you are being drawn to, that you believe has a message for you, that you believe is meant for you. Or you can just choose the crystals that you think are the ones that you are more connected to. And maybe those crystals will lead you to the card that is meant for you. So these are amethysts. So you have your 3 cards here, 3 crystals. I'll give you a few seconds to think. You can pause the video right now if you need longer, but I'll be flipping over the cards now. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Shaman. So we'll be removing the crystals out of the way for a minute, or at least carrying them a bit up, so you can see a clear view of the cards. All right. So for those of you who chose the Ace of Pentacles, you're going to flip through the guidebook. And here we have the Pentacles. And you can see the image here in the guidebook as well, but I'll bring the card closer. And let's read what it says for the Ace of Pentacles. Summer is over. The rich greens blanketing the hills are replaced by the dappled hues of early autumn, warm copper and bronze, like a new hatched pentacle. In air redolent with woolly bears and windfall harvests, a luminous coin, emblazoned with pentagram and dragon, floats from its shell. With a puff of puissant breath, the imperial earth dragon invests the disc with the telluric power of grass and tree, rock and soil, all the tangible goods of the world. The material world beckons. Health, wealth, and beauty hatch forth, at times unexpectedly. Seeds are planted, great plans are laid. Focus on the practical, on the ebb and flow of the natural world. With diligence and labor, dreams turn into reality. While investing in the future, don't let the lure of riches become all-consuming. Prosperity is a means of life, not an end. So this is very interesting. It's letting us know at this time that the material world is beckoning to us, right? And Pentacles, that's what Pentacles usually symbolize. It talks about the material world, earthly possessions, and whatnot. So we have health, wealth, beauty, money, home, you know, tangible things, and they come forth, and it can be at times unexpected, these things developing in our lives. So we're planting seeds and great plans are laid. So you may be a point in your life where you're hatching new plans, where you're trying to move forward and to acquire material gains, whether it be going after a job, mortgage, perhaps a car loan. There's material things in your life that you're trying to manifest, that you're trying to birth, that you're trying to make into a reality. And this card is reminding you to focus on the practical, right? There's an ebb and flow in the world. There's a give and take. There is a sacrifice that must be made, and there are rewards that can be gained. So just focus on that exchange that is necessary, and really think within yourself, am I giving enough? Am I giving too much? Am I willing to make these sacrifices in order for these material gains that I'm going to make? Look at the cost, not just the financial cost, but the cost to your soul that is being spent to gain these things in the material world. So it says, with diligence and labor, dreams turn into reality. So this is a point where what you're dreaming, what you're thinking about, what you're closing your eyes at night and visualizing is very close to becoming a reality, something tangible. But again, it's warning you to not become caught up in the lure of the riches, and that it can in fact be all consuming, and that prosperity in life is not an end to it. So having a lot of material possessions, having a lot of physical, tangible riches in the world is not necessarily, the main goal of life. And we talk a lot about being wealthy in your soul and not necessarily wealthy in the bank. Make sure that as you achieve these material possessions, and as you achieve these physical rewards that you have had your sight set long to achieve, make sure that you also achieve a wealthiness, a spiritual wealthiness, an emotional and mental wealthiness. So this is I would say this is a positive card if you're about to go after a new job, a new home, a new car, or something physical or tangible. This card is telling you that your dreams can become a reality, but just be careful at the cost that you're spending for these dreams. So if you have a big undertaking ready and you're on the fence, should I go after it? Will it be successful? This card is letting you know the universe is going to provide for you. This is a very positive card, but just be careful. And I'm going to keep saying this. Be careful that the physical rewards that you're going after are in fact worth the cost to your soul and to yourself. So be cautious, but yes, things are looking positive. So that's the card for those that chose the first one. And the next we have the Hermit. So the Hermit from the Major Arcana. So we're going to skip backward in time. Here we go. So again, we have the Hermit card, full gloss on the side. And we have the Hermit. I'm trying to have the writing such that you can read for yourself as well. A silver-whiskered dragon wraps his claws round a rugged Himalayan peak, far from the crush of the world. He is an obstinate sky dragon, as weathered and sage as the mountains themselves. His smile hides a lifetime of solitary contemplation. He has asked questions of the universe only he could imagine, and waited patiently through the centuries for the answers to come. In his paw he holds a pearl of wisdom, which, like a beacon in the sky, shines onto the land below. Overhead, an 8-pointed star of enlightenment shines down on the melting snow. When confusion swirls around you like a winter gale on Annapurna, the universe is trying to tell you something. Look within. Step back out of the material world and listen to the learned whispers of solitude. The Hermit will light your way. This is his life, away from the chaos and conflict of men and other dragons. He knows the difference between being alone and being lonely, and the lessons that come from each. There is neither ego nor arrogance in this, just expert counsel given to those who apply. But the Hermit's wisdom does not always come easy. For those to whom contemplation is a foreign concept, the journey may be long and rough, but the knowledge gained will be worth it. So this is a very, this is a card that's telling you more or less pause. Step away from the material world. I personally love the Hermit card because, many times in life, we receive a lot of signs that, tell us, go, get it, Go after it. Chase your dreams. You know, even as we were talking with the first card, the Ace of Pentacles, and talking about it being right to make certain moves in the material world, this card is telling you almost the opposite. It's telling you to step back. Step away from the material world. Step away from people. Step away from all the noise in the world. And take some time to be in yourself. And take some time to delve into that sacred knowledge. Take some time to delve into that spiritual connection that we can have with ourselves and with the universe, right? And wisdom does not always come easy. We may have to do a lot of meditations, a lot of soul searching, a lot of deep inner work to discover the truths that we need to, and the strengths that we need to face certain decisions in life. But it's necessary sometimes to do that. So if you are at the point right now where you find yourself faced with a decision and you're not sure what to do or where to go or what's the best move for you to make, the best move would be to step back and to think. Meditate, you know. Take some time to really deliberate over what is happening in your life and ask yourself, what exactly do you want? Not just the tangible physical reward, like, oh, I want more money in my job, right? What kind of environment do you want to work in? What kind of people do you want to surround yourself with? So really take a moment to craft your dream. For this, I like to suggest visualization exercises where you try to make and put as many details in your dream as possible. So think about all the little minute details that are part of your dream. Think about if it's a particular job, where you want it to be, what you want your boss to be like, what you want your employees to be like, what you want your co-workers to be like, what you want the office space to look like, what type of coffee you want in the morning, or do you want coffee at all? Do you just want a fruit drink? Try to craft the exact details of your life. If it's perhaps just, you know, becoming more fit, more healthy, you know, what exactly do you want to eat? Do you want to eat meat? Do you want to eat fruits, vegetables? How much water do you plan to drink? Craft even the smallest details and ask yourself what makes it easier to achieve these details. Maybe it's putting a glass of water beside your bed every night, that when you get up in the morning, you drink a glass of water, you know. Maybe it's applying for jobs that may not have the financial compensation that you're looking for, but they might have the right working environments. So really take the time to chisel out what you want and listen to your own voice, your own intuition, your own guidance, your own spirit team. And when you have those answers, then you can go forth and make decisions. But take that time in solitude first to really think about what you want. So if this is the card you chose, this is the message that was meant for you. And the third card, we have the Shaman. The Shaman. So we're going to flip that. And in this deck, for those who may be wondering, the Shaman is in place of the Magician, right? In most decks, we have the Magician in Tarot, but this deck has the Shaman. So let's read what it says for the Shaman. In a stone circle overlooking the sea, a great gold Asian dragon calls in and out around the monoliths, grounding himself in the sacred. He is old, his whiskers rimmed by the centuries to a silvery hue, and he is wise. He knows the ways of all things magical and rare. Pentacles, sword, wand, and cup are his tools and at his command. Charmed by dragon fire and ancient incantation, the cup simmers before him until in the mystic steam rises a hollowed orb, the dragon's pearl of wisdom, his conjured creation. The power of the golden dragon is one of focused will and transformation, of mastery of word, might, and matter. Raw mystical energy crackles around you, waiting to be manipulated. With this conscious mind at its peak, you are able to turn ideas into actions and gain a firm talon hold on the wildest scenarios life throws your way. You know what you want and are equipped with the skill and creativity to shape the elements to your liking. Under the Shaman's influence, new projects and works beg to be tackled. You might even take up that epic novel you've tucked into the back of your desk drawer. The wild-dreamy desire of the fool is now under your control, there to be fashioned with direction and purpose. So it's always good to have the Shaman card or the Magician card. This is the card that kind of reminds us just how powerful we are. It reminds us that we can make our dreams into our reality. So this card is reminding you of your strength. This card is reminding you that you have the ability to fashion things from mere dreams, from mere thoughts, that you can in fact achieve what, I don't want to say the impossible, but the improbable, right? And in life, nothing's really impossible, right? So this is letting you know your wildest dreams, your wildest desires are for your taking, and that you can make them into your reality. Because you have control of all the elements, right? You have control of all the passion that resides within you. You have control of your emotions. You have control of mental or, knowledge pursuits, and how much you absorb from the world, and how much you share of the world. And you also have control in the earthly world, and what possessions you bring in your life, and which ones you donate and whatnot. So this is reminding you that you have authority over everything, your dominion, right? And with this power comes great responsibility. So you are the shaman, you are the magician in your own life. How are you going to expend your energy? What directions are you going to place it in? Are you going to be doing things of good for yourself and benefit for yourself? Or are you going to be doing things that are to benefit others? How are you going to use your resources to maximize and really create rewards that can benefit yourself and humanity, right? How are you going to make your dreams into reality? So this is reminding you that you're a magical being. This is reminding you that you're a magical person. This is reminding you of the magic that you possess in your soul on so many different levels. As above, so below. What you put in is what you will reap. And there's so much you can do and gain from this world. If only you believe in your dreams, if only you believe in yourself, if only you allow yourself to make things, to create things, to create realities that are like a dreamscape. So pick up that project, whatever that project is. It might be a book that you want to read. It might be a book you want to write. It could be a band you want to create. Whatever it is, whatever this creation is, whatever this desire is, whatever this forgotten dream that you have stirring around, but you really want, that you're passionate about, now is the time to pick it up. Okay? This card is telling you now is the time to make that leap. Now is the time that you can go ahead and create this thing, because remember, you're in tarot, we are talking about a journey, and this is continuing from the Fool's journey. So you've made the leap, but now is the time that you can really make this thing and manifest this thing into a reality. So you have the power. You are a magical being. You are the magician. You are the shaman, right? You have this energy to do whatever you desire. So do it. You know what I mean? You have it in yourself to make these things into reality. So create them into the reality. Create a reality that you want to live in, that you truly want to be part of. Create a society that you want to be a member of. Create your wildest dreams. So for this one, I would say to take a note of your desires, take a note of your dreams, and ask yourself what it is you really want to go after, what it is you really want to create, and then do it. So these are the 3 cards again, and I'm going to get a little closer so you can see those details in the artwork for each of the card. And these were the gems above them. And I really hope that you chose the card that delivered the message that you needed to hear. And I really hope that this reading was able to offer you some insight or some guidance of some sort today. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me in my sacred space. I truly appreciate you here, and thank you so much for just being an amazing individual. Love and light, positive energy.